Stonebridge Regal, Boulder Creek, Liz Mara, Buckeye 1, Holborn Hanover, and Ponder. It is post time for the 25th annual Des Smith Classic at Rideau Carleton Raceway. Ottawa Sun's starting gate is rolling. The field for the Des Smith now in motion. And they're off and pacing Boulder Creek with the pedal to the metal for Phil Hudon as they leave the starting gate. Getting out well there is Stonebridge Regal, now third on the outside. That is Liz Mara. Taking back a little bit now is Buckeye 1, and then it's back to Holborn Hanover, who is on the outside and looking for room along the cones for Brennan. And then it's back to Our Lucky Colleen, and the trailer is Ponder as they go past the Pepsi turn and on their way to the opening quarter. They get there in 26-3. They arrive in front of the stands for the first time, and as they show up, we've got a new leader, and that is Liz Mara. Liz Mara and Brian Sears wasting no time, vowing not to get boxed in this time, ahead of Boulder Creek. Back there in third to Stonebridge Regal, then it's Buckeye 1, and then look out for Holborn Hanover. Ponder trails the field with Mark McDonald saving ground as they go by the stands on their way to the Budweiser Bend. 53-1 is the halftime split. It is Liz Mara on a mission as they go down the paddock turn and down towards 5/8 completion in the Des Smith Classic. Liz Mara on the lead for Brian Sears. Back there in second now is Boulder Creek as they make their way down to three quarters. Stonebridge Regal is there in third. It's back to Ponder in fourth. On the outside as they make their way down to the three quarters, that is Buckeye 1. We've yet to hear from Holborn Hanover, and trailing the field is Our Lucky Colleen as they arrive by three quarters in 1:20-3. Liz Mara is getting all the calls and setting all the fractions as they come to the head of the lane. Down the stretch they come in the Des Smith Track Classic. Liz Mara still with that lead. Now coming up in along the cones is Sylvan, waiting to hear still from Holborn Hanover. Here's the wire. Liz Mara gets her revenge in the Des Smith Classic. 1:49-3. That is a new Canadian track record, and a track record at Rideau Carleton Raceway. Liz Mara gets a Des. Ladies and gentlemen, the results of the 25th Des Smith Classic are now official. In the winner's enclosure, please welcome the winner along with driver Brian Sears, owned by MJG Racing Stables Incorporated of Annandale, New Jersey, Louis Willinger of Louisville, Kentucky, along with Michael Galata. Number 4, Liz Mara. Joining the connections of Liz Mara in the winner's circle is Ottawa Mayor Bob Chiarelli, along with Mike Reed and the entire staff from the management team at Rideau Carleton Raceway. Racing Secretary Terry Lance. A new Rideau Carleton record holder and Canadian record holder on a 5/8 track, Liz Mara. Our expanded coverage of the Des Smith Classic will continue. There you see the very happy connections of Liz Mara in the winner's enclosure here at Rideau Carleton. But there is a very happy Mike Galata and a very satisfied Brian Sears, along with the Team 1200's Lee Versage. Lee, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Norman. As you said, a couple of very happy gentlemen here. We'll start with the winning driver here, Brian Sears. And Brian, we talked about it. Getting to the front, obviously a very important thing to do early. Liz Mara did exactly that.
Yeah, I was able to get to the front with, too wide through the first turn, not use too awful hard, and didn't have anybody come right at me. My horse was pretty much on the bit and on his way after I got to the front.
And when you did get to the front, you kept on the pedal. Was that the strategy all along once you got there, was make everybody catch you? I mean, you went to the half in 53-1.
Yeah, this horse can be pretty aggressive at times, and tonight he hit the bike a couple times, and you know, he was pretty much I was a passenger.
How did you feel coming around that last turn, and who did you think was your biggest threat coming from behind?
Well, I knew we were throwing up some pretty big numbers, so everyone was just getting used pretty good, just keeping up. But last you know, 100 yards, I could feel the people closing in. I didn't know exactly who it was going to be, but I knew they were there.
And you're the driver of a new Canadian track record and a Rideau Carleton record. That must feel pretty good as well.
Yeah, it's you know, I seconded this race last year, and after winning it this year, I wish I would win it last year too, because it's quite a thrill.
Well, congratulations. Let's talk to Michael Galata, co-owner of Liz Mara, and you said this time would be different. It was plastered all over the front of the program. You backed up your words with a big win here for the Des Smith Classic.
Sometimes you got to go out on a limb, and he did it. Woo!
Obviously, a lot of
I'm not excited.
No.
way. Irv Miller, you're absolutely outstanding, as well as Tony and Brooke and Brian Sears. Awesome. Best man on any, and ride any bike. Brian Sears.
Tell us about the last couple of weeks coming up to this race, because you trained this horse very hard, and you really went at it after losing to Holborn Hanover at the American Nationals.
We really did go at it, and you know, Irv, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, he's just, I call him the incomparable Irv Miller. You know, he said it was my fault that his horse lost. We were a little short, and we're going to train him hard, and he trained him hard, and here he is. So we were cautiously optimistic.
You've had a lot of victories with Liz Mara in the last few months, but has everyone been dissatisfying knowing that you lost a couple of weeks ago and you came back and got the retribution you were looking for?
It's always great to come back after a loss and have a win. You know what? You don't appreciate wins unless you lose. And, you know, every day is not Christmas. Today is Christmas.
Well, there you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. Michael Galata, co-owner of Liz Mara. Congratulations. Liz Mara, the champion of the 25th annual Des Smith Classic. Norm?
Mile. Liz Mara pretty much got all the calls in this one. And owner Mike Galata meant what he said when he said, this time it's going to be different.